Well, you can be if you give us a call at 434-394-0924. However, we do have a special guest for the first portion of the show, and it is Chip Jones. Of course, he's superintendent of Cumberland County Public Schools, and we welcome you to our microphone. Chip?
Well, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Got some last-minute Christmas shopping to do. Otherwise, I'm pretty good, except today I start my pies.
That's right. You were telling me about those pies. That sounds gets me in the mood for a pecan pie.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Anyway, what's going on? You guys met, and tell us what's happening over there. The Cumberland County Public Schools.
Well, Cumberland County Public Schools has been busy since the last time I was in. Of course, right now we're in our winter sports season, and this winter we have basketball, wrestling, we have esports, indoor track, and cheerleading, which are all in full swing. And we're getting lots of wins. We're getting some W's in the win column, so that's always good. And I always like a huge thank you to our players, coaches, administrators, and our families for everyone that comes out and supports Dukes on the court. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate all they do.
Well, sounds like it's pretty busy, and having those wins does really make a difference. Not only it puts the school on the map, but it gives those kids confidence, right?
Yes, ma'am. So Friday we have a noon dismissal on Friday to start winter break, and at 1 o'clock starts the Cumberland High School Holiday Hoops Tournament. Uh-huh. So we have girls and boys basketball that come in, and so it starts at 1 o'clock, and it'll go for the rest of the day on Friday and then all day on Saturday.
Wow.
So that's good. So
yeah.
Lots of people come in, brings lots of people to Cumberland, and it's exciting.
All right. What else is going on?
And our band, our talented band, has been busy this season. They participated in the Farmville tree lighting right across the street. They participated in the Cumberland County tree lighting, and they participated in the Cumberland Parade. And then most recently, they just had their concert. So, and their cafetorium was packed. They played some of the toughest music that I've heard them play, and the director, Mr. Costley, and Ms. Kinney, they did a great job getting the kids ready. So it was phenomenal. Some of the best music I've heard since I've been in Cumberland.
Wow.
I know.
It's amazing.
It is. And, it's a talent.
It is a talent. You got that right.
Absolutely. I was just telling Chris Bershon while we were sitting out there that I would love to see them perform on the stage at Jarman Auditorium one time. At Longwood. I just think it brings a whole different element. See the kids on the stage, their families, community come in and just showcase their talents.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yes,
Maybe
ma'am.
you can work that out.
Absolutely. Maybe we can. Logistics. And then also this is the time of year where we celebrate our Teachers of the Year. Mm-hmm. And we have so many talented teachers and staff members at Cumberland. It gets hard just to narrow down the best of the best. At our elementary school, we had Miss Samantha Hatcher, who is a third grade teacher. She was our Teacher of the Year for the elementary school. Our middle school, we had Mr. Charlie Motter, who teaches math, and he ended up being the Division Teacher of the Year. So, and then at high school, we had Dr. Tracy Wade, who teaches 11th grade English. So 3 top candidates and so forth. Mr. Motter was the Division Teacher of the Year.
Now, will those go into the state?
They will. Now Mr. Motter will. Cumberland is part of Region 8, so it's 12 school divisions. So the Commonwealth of Virginia is divided up into superintendent regions, and we're Region 8. So now he will move on to Region 8 competition, and then from that, someone from Region 8 will move on to the Commonwealth, and then there will be a Virginia Teacher of the Year. Quite a process. It goes till about May. Mm-hmm. So, lots of paperwork and different things, but, I think Cumberland's the best, so I think we should just move on and do it.
Oh, do it. Yes, that's right. Good.
Yes, ma'am. And then in December, we also celebrate the Betty Scales Day of Service. So the Cumberland Board of Supervisors a few years ago passed a resolution for Betty Scales. She was a member of lived, born, raised Cumberland County, educator, and always gave back to the community. So on her birthday, which is December 2nd, we do the Betty Scales Day of Service. Mm-hmm. So the school pre-K through 12 participates in community service activities, whether it's, some of the students went out and raked leaves at Bear Creek preparing for their lights on the lake.
Right.
Or they may make cards or collect different things for people that may be in nursing homes and different things like that, or just go out and do different community service. one of the things, it's really been, December's been the season of giving. Just this week, we partnered with the Pine Grove AAMD project, and some of our students are ambassadors, and they collected puzzles and pajamas for our third grade students. So they came and gave out 94 sets of pajamas. So it was good.
All right.
Everybody needs
94 sets of
pajamas for our third grade students.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty impressive.
It is very impressive.
Everybody needs new pajamas for Christmas, right?
Right.
So, and with that, the Angel Tree, Marie Hopper, who is an administrative assistant at the high school, she always coordinates with Cumberland Social Services, the Christmas Mother program, and our staff adopted over 45 angel trees to make the Christmas season just a little bit brighter for some families. Mm-hmm. So I'm always proud of the staff and all they do. They go above and beyond just to make sure that everyone has a pretty good holiday season.
Good. Absolutely. That's what I think is so important with the students that they learn, especially if they get out there and do those community service projects.
Absolutely.
And, sometimes it gives them some interest in what they might want to do later on.
It's always good, no matter where you are in life, to help someone else. Mm-hmm. That's the true season.
Right.
Yes. And our JROTC this past Saturday just participated in the Wreaths Across America event at Trinity Memorial Gardens.
Yes.
So our JROTC goes and presents the colors, retires the colors, and then they help lay the wreaths. That is a pretty powerful ceremony.
It is, I know.
Just to see and just to honor the veterans and, their families there and so forth. So it was really good. So I'm always proud they can do that.
Oh, yes, definitely. Some very good friends of mine, Jenny Bobko and
yes,
Nancy Pimpel, have worked with that for years and years.
They're phenomenal. Yeah. It's well organized, and it brings the community together. And it's a fitting time of the year, right? When we get ready to go into Christmas and so forth, just to remember, those that have passed mm-hmm. away and so forth.
That's right.
And honor their service.
Yeah.
So I enjoy going. Our middle school students got to attend, along with some surrounding schools, go to a basketball game, a Longwood women's basketball game. So they got to go. They have it during the day, so so kids can come from schools. And one of the neatest thing is, you see the kids sitting in the Brock Center, but then also in the middle of the gym in the what I want to call it, the Jumbotron or whatever, in the middle of the gym. Mm-hmm. They get to see Cumberland County Public Schools and all that, and sometimes their picture flashes up there and so forth. Just to see that's pretty amazing, and just to have a different experience. I appreciate that. And then I would just mention this a few minutes ago. Our middle school always participates in the Bear Creek's lights on the lake, which benefits the Cumberland Christmas Mother, mm-hmm. and they won first place again. I think this is 4 years in a row.
That's fantastic.
It is. It's exciting. So
I've never been out there for that.
It's worth it.
I bet it's worth it to go out there.
Yeah, lots. I think it's grown every year, mm-hmm. and just to see the different creativity and the mm-hmm. lights and different things. And plus, it benefits the Christmas Mother. So that's always good.
It's always good. I'm thinking that can you go back and announce the teachers, because there was something going on with your microphone.
Okay, yes,
so
ma'am.
So if you could go back and announce those, I'd appreciate it.
Absolutely. So for the Teachers of the Year, it's mm-hmm. the season. We for our elementary school, we had Miss Samantha Hatcher, our third grade teacher. And then we had, from the middle school, Mr. Charlie Motter, who teaches math. Mm-hmm. He was the division teacher of the year. And then Dr. Tracy Wade was the high school teacher of the year. She teaches 11th grade English.
Okay.
So now Mr. Motter will go on to compete within Region 8, and then that person will go on to compete across the Commonwealth.
The Commonwealth.
So yes, ma'am.
All right.
It's exciting.
Thank you for repeating that. I appreciate it. Okay, what else is going on?
And then right before Thanksgiving, our elementary staff, this was very creative. They did a turkey trot. And
cool.
for the kids, so they lined up in the bus loop, and I saw where they were doing the turkey trot, so I went. And the teachers had dressed up in these different characters, whether it was a turkey, whether it was a dinosaur, some inflatables, and they did a run. And it was hilarious. Yes, ma'am. It was hilarious to see all of the these inflatables or people just running. The kids loved it. You know, it was hilarious. And, you know, so they're pretty competitive. So it was funny to see. So Ashley Postins, who works at our elementary school, came up with the idea, and it was pretty creative. I think that probably will return next year.
I would think so.
Yes, ma'am.
That would be great, and maybe you could have some sponsors and maybe raise a little bit of money.
Absolutely, great idea.
Thank you.
People listening now, hint, hint, right?
Right, hint, hint. Absolutely.
And our high school, we had their Future Farmers of America students. They participated in the Agriculture Leaders Conference Series. So that gives them an opportunity to travel outside of Cumberland, go and meet other FFA students and so forth, and learn a little more about leadership and service and so forth. So that's always good. They get to wear their FFA blue jackets. They always look sharp.
Oh, yeah.
And they represent Cumberland and so forth. So I'm always glad when they can do that.
That exposes the school.
Yes, ma'am.
And it makes the kids, again, feel good.
Absolutely.
They've got their FFA jackets on. And
they wear them proud.
Yeah.
And then right before Thanksgiving, this is one of my favorite ceremonies at Cumberland. We do the high school academic jacket ceremony. So it's seniors that have a certain grade point average. And we bring the entire high school in, and the students that are receiving the jackets, they get to invite a family member or friend, and they actually, one at a time, when their name is called, walk out to the center of the gym, and the high school principal hands the family member the jacket, or the friend, or whomever be escorting the student, and they put it on. And it's a big ceremony, and it's all about, at the time, of course it's celebrating all they do. However, at that point in time, it's all about that child and the person that's with them or the family members. It's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
And just to watch it, because, you know, somebody's road to get where they are is not always smooth.
Yeah.
Lots of twists and turns and different things. So it's a moving ceremony, and I think it's the right time to do it as you move into the Thanksgiving season. So
absolutely.
So it's exciting.
I want to go back to Cumberland School.
I tell you what, it's the place to be. And, you know, on that, talking about the high school, Ms. Shores and Dr. Wheeler, the assistant principal, and the senior class sponsors, you know, senior year, big year. Right before we came back from Thanksgiving, they had a bonfire, celebrated, you know, just kind of get together outside of school, roast some marshmallows, hot dogs, whatever, and just celebrate being a senior. They'll remember those things.
Sure they do.
So it's exciting.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's great. So how many do you have on your senior class this year?
We have right about 100. Each one of our classes averages 100, give or take. Sometimes, just depending on the year, we may drop a little bit or we may gain. So usually we usually are about 100 students per grade.
All right. That's pretty impressive.
Yes, ma'am. And then we have 2 students that serve on our school board. They're not voting members. However, we call them the school board liaisons, where there's a student voice that's always represented, and then they get a chance and so forth. Because, you know, at the end of the day, we're about students. That's what we do. We educate, and, you know. And they get to participate in a leadership conference in Williamsburg as part of the Virginia School Boards Association conference. So they travel to Williamsburg, meet with other student liaisons from across the Commonwealth, and just learn network from one another and so forth. So it's always good.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Well, to have that exposure and experience, too, again, gives those kids confidence.
Yes, and when, you know, and the student perspective is so important, because we educate. Sometimes the adults think they know what everyone needs. And I'm sure I've just raised a lot of eyebrows saying that, but it's all about the kids. And, you know, and they have an interesting perspective and different things. So, you know, to incorporate their voice.
Especially these days.
Yes, ma'am.
You know,
and they have a lot to say.
Things are changing. I bet they do.
And I always love to listen to them and talk to them, because, you know, one of the things, I meet with a group of students from each school 4 times a year. And one of the things, and it's the big things in life, you know, we have, let's just talk milk for a second. You know, we had chocolate milk, white milk. They wanted strawberry milk. We used to have it, but they
Yeah.
wanted it all the time. Well, it's there all the time now.
Oh,
just because
good.
of their voice. And,
Yeah.
in the high school, they wanted options like salad.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to be able to choose lettuce and tomato for hamburgers and so forth. Just those little simple things, and, something we can do.
Makes them
the
happy,
difference.
makes
Yes,
them
ma'am.
know that they are being listened to.
Yes.
And it creates that camaraderie between the
It does.
students and the teachers and the administration
Absolutely.
as well.
So, that's just one last thing. I appreciate you all letting me come in here and highlight Cumberland County Public Schools, and I hope you all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Well, thank you so much. We send out our best wishes for a fantastic holiday season
Yes,
for you
ma'am.
guys as well.
And you got me thinking about those pecan pies.
Oh, dear.
I tell you
Well,
what.
I might put you on my pie list.
Thank you. You can make 25 now, right?
Right.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you.
You're so welcome. We appreciate you coming in and letting us know what a great, educational area that Cumberland County provides for
It's
its
a good
students.
place. Like anything, we always have room for improvements, and we know that. But all in all, our staff does a great job. They're good people. They're committed people. And, we're trying to make the best learning experience for all that walk in the door.
That sounds great. Well, thanks, Chip.
Yes, ma'am.
Appreciate it. The best
Merry
to you
Christmas.
and yours.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that was Chip Jones, and he's a superintendent of Cumberland County Public Schools, and I just added him onto my pie list. Oh, well, what's one more pie, right? Anyway, we have about 25 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock, and this is Chris Wood. I've also got Noah Massage in here with me as well. And it is your Wednesday, the 18th day of December. One more week to go. And I'm not quite in panic mode yet. But I've got everything, spaced out and figured out and timed out. So, good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. Everything will be okay. It's coming whether we like it or not, right? Anyway, let's check out this day in history. On this date in 1865, December the 18th, 1865, by proclamation of the U.S. Secretary of State, the 13th Amendment to the Constitution outlawing slavery officially entered into force, having been ratified by the requisite states on December the 6th. So that is our featured event. And let's see, more events on this date. In 2019, President Donald Trump became the third U.S. president to be impeached by the House of Representatives, which charged him with abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. And let's see, in 2011, Czech playwright, poet, and political dissident, I think it's Václav Havel, who served as president of Czechoslovakia and of the Czech Republic, had been a prominent participant in the liberal reforms of 1968, the Prague Spring, died. And let's see before we go on to this, let's welcome Noah Massage.
How's it going, Chris? How you doing?
It's going fine.
Top of the
There
morning.
was a glare on the microphone thing, and I thought it was somebody turned it off.
Yeah.
And I noticed there was something wrong, but I couldn't figure out what it was because of that.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you
Of course.
figuring that out
Of course,
for me.
of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
No problem. So a small little slight, just like a click of a button. That's all.
I know.
That
That
fixed
that-
everything.
the
It's usually
click
a
of the
simple.
button can either make you or break you.
You should put that on a shirt, Chris. That's good. That's real good. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Making pies this week, I heard. Is it
start today.
Oh, wow. So you gotta get back. You gotta put on your apron and the chef's hats.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have one?
No.
Okay.
No.
Should get one.
But it just reminded me of something that I should do. That I have to do when I get home. Yeah.
I don't like the sound of this.
No, you're gonna like it.
Oh no. Chris,
if I can get it back in
did
time.
you give me a chef's hat? No.
I'm going to.
Oh no! Come on, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
why.
That's bananas. But I mean, I'll wear it.
Of course you'll wear it.
Of course. I mean, why not?
Yeah, and then Katie can get you an apron.
Oh,
You'll be
man.
all ready to open up your own
Yeah,
restaurant.
that's
Bistro.
funny. That's funny. My family already did that before and failed twice. So
Twice?
Twice.
Well, it's okay. At least they
Yeah.
learned something.
That's right. Yeah. So are
you going to see your Nana this week?
she is coming down, not for Christmas, but come early next year. We have a wedding in the family.
Oh, who's getting married?
A brother of mine.
Let's see, how many brothers do you have? Like 3 or 4?
Yeah, like 4.
4?
Yeah. So
And are you the youngest?
I am. I am the baby. Yeah. Fun facts about Noah Massarge. I know that's why people listen. So might as well. No, I'm kidding. That's not at all.
Yeah, might as well talk about it.
Yeah, well,
bit.
I mean, yeah. So he's having a wedding, and my nonna is invited. So hopefully, but she has beef with the family because
she has
beef
bouillon?
problems, problems like beef. It's like or problems with the family issues. Great word for it, Chris. Thank you. Yeah, so it's gonna be a fun time. It's usually interesting when family who usually don't normally get along are in the same room. It usually is really, really funny. Or
like Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, kind of like Christmas Vacation. A little bit. Yeah.
I gotta watch that one more time.
Mm-hmm. Do you watch A Christmas Story this time of year?
I did, and I even watched Home Alone.
Wow. The movie John Staten has never seen.
Well, it's the top moneymaker for Christmas movies these days.
Yeah.
But I did watch that, and it was funny. I had seen it earlier, but in my lifetime, but not recently.
I watch it every year, and it's my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Home Alone?
No, Christmas Story.
Yeah, The Christmas Story will become one of my favorites as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we've talked ourselves down to the bottom of the hour, and it's always nice to have
Chip Jones.
Jones.
He's an excellent guest.
He's such a nice man too.
Yeah,
I mean,
of
very
course.
enthusiastic,
thorough
about Cumberland County Public Schools. I mean, you can just see it emanating from him.
Of course. I find it funny. He was walking out and he was like, "I hope I did okay." And I was like, Chip, you're one of the most thorough guests we have on the show. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Always so great. It's always a pleasure. Very cordial. Always shows up on time, early. 5 minutes early. Just the nicest guy. Really, yeah.
He really is, and he deserves to be on my pie list. So.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, just have
make
to
that
figure out how I'm gonna
26
get that
pies.
done.
Yeah.
Make it 25.
Oh, 25.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. We've got our weather forecast coming our way here, and this edition of the weather is brought to you by the Bank of Charlotte County.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Let's stop that. Okay, let's go down here.
I tried warning you.
I know. Just blame it on.
No.
All right. 'Tis the season. All right. Your forecast for today. Well, I think pretty much the fog is kind of dissipated, but boy, it was thick when I was coming in this morning in places. Anyway, so we'll see cloudy skies with a 40% chance of some showers. Look for a high of 63 degrees. That's not bad. Yesterday was very nice. For tonight, showers likely at 70%. Look for a low of 39. And for Thursday, sunny with a high of 47. Thursday night, partly cloudy with a low of 28. You'll notice the temperatures are going down, dipping. Friday, 48 degrees. Friday night, just a slight chance, 20% of some showers with a low of 29. Now, Saturday, 42 degrees for a high under mostly sunny skies. And for Saturday night, partly cloudy with a low of 19 degrees. So definitely cooler. Outside, we have humidity at 100%. Our winds are calm, barometer steady at 30.23 inches, and we do have a temperature remaining at 42 degrees under cloudy skies. That's your weather, brought to you by the Bank of Charlotte County, with branch locations in Phoenix, Charlotte Courthouse, Brookneal, and their loan office in downtown Farmville. We've got our birthdays coming up. Brought to you by Terry Atkins Wilson, PC. All right, let's bring on the birthday music here. And we've got Noah Massage, who is going to tell us who's celebrating today.
Yeah,
Noah?
yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, we got a couple of birthdays, and we're going to kick it off with Paisley Dawn Bing is celebrating today. Wellesley Myers, Angel Amos, and last but not least, we have, I like this guy right here, Bob Flippin of River Road, and it has like a little saying, and it says 65 and still alive.
65 and still alive.
Yeah.
I know Bob Flippin.
Yeah,
nice guy.
Fun guy.
I have two birthdays
Two
to add
birthdays,
myself.
okay. All right.
I would like to wish Eldridge Bagley of the Kenbridge area happy birthday today.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I would like to wish Mimi. She's the girl that does my fingernails.
Okay.
She's my, whatever, manicurist. Yes.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah. I was trying to figure that one out, but anyway, thank you for helping me with that. Yeah, she has a birthday today, so I hope that both of those special folks have a fantastic day. And let's see.
If they want to get those to us, they can email them to birthdays@wflo.net. A great way to get us birthdays. And also, they can call in at 434-394-0924. That's the number to call in if you want to give us a birthday.
All right. And for the right legal advice, visit Terry Atkins Wilson, PC, on Main Street in downtown Farmville. I believe we have a call coming in. Good morning. You're on the Call Flow Show.
Good morning. This is Mr. Lee.
Mr. Lee. Yep, Mr. Lee. How are you today?
I'm doing amazingly well. How are you?
We're doing okay. It's good to hear from you.
I wanted to talk to you, and I can't talk to Francis, obviously, because this would be one of his favorite subjects. But I want to impeach President Trump before he gets elected because of the biggest lie he's made to the American public about he was going to lower quickly the prices of food. And he probably doesn't know, being the businessman, that the federal government is not allowed to regulate, commercial enterprise. You'd be in Russia or China or some other country if you did that. So the price of food has not been mentioned in the last several months. Mm-hmm. He keeps talking about lowering the prices down, but it keeps going up. Yeah. And he admitted twice now in the last 2 or 3 days that there's nothing I can do to lower the price of food. It's just high, and it's going to stay that way, quote, unquote. So I think he should be impeached, or at least a lawsuit, along with George Stephanopoulos, which I don't agree with. Anyways.
Wow.
That's my rant of the morning.
Mr. Lee, you're a very wise man. That's great, though. You're right. Like, the president doesn't really have control over, like, grocery store prices. And that's why I was like, why is this, like, a big part of, like, his campaign? If he's like, we're going to lower the grocery, your prices of milk. Like, the president doesn't have any contact. It's not like he has a button that he could just, like, push and it's like, okay, things are lower now. Corporations.
You can't lower the price of cars, trucks, engines, ships.
No, you have inflation. Mm-hmm. Inflation has to blame for that, and that wasn't under his administration.
Exactly. And we can't, he talks about groceries. Well, groceries are continuing to go up, and if he puts a tariff on everything's continuing to go up. And if he's going to spend $8 billion to build a wall or to deport all these people. Guess who's going to pay the bill? We're already paying the bill as a middle-class society. It's getting to be disastrous. So I want to impeach him before he even gets elected officially on the 20th of January. So I want to start marching now.
I'll be out there with you. That sounds great.
Good. That's good. I need all the help I can get. Don't carry any guns, though, or baseball bats. We're just going to march with our arms down and yell and scream.
Yeah. I'm against picketing, actually, but I don't know how to show it. It's a joke.
Picketing is wonderful. I'll give you a piece of advice. I was involved in the riots back in the 60s because I was the Walter Cronkite and CBS and Johnson, all those people. And the D.C. police learned the best way to control these crowds. And what they've finally learned after hundreds and hundreds of strikers and movers and wannabes, that if you surround them with cops and horses, you don't let anybody in and you don't let anybody out. It controls the crowd. And it's a way of neutralizing everything. You can beat anybody up you want. You can do all the drugs you want inside the circle, but you can't get in. So the biggest thing is, and you're going to love this, people fall apart about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon because they have to get out of the circle to go pee. So they're all wanting to get out of the circle that they've been hounded up in for the last 8 hours to go to the bathroom. Well, there aren't any bathrooms inside the restricted area. Of course, there's not many on the outside either when you get in Washington, but they're hard to find. But anyways, that's the way they control the crowd, and it's still effective to this day. But nobody's doing that anymore. They want to march in and beat people up, arrest people. No, we don't do that. Just let them do their thing, and then they'll go away, and they'll go home at 4 o'clock.
Mr. Lee, I was just curious, where were you during the Chicago 7 riots and then the trials, obviously, back in, I think, the late 60s somewhere?
Well, I wasn't involved in that because I knew of them. I was involved in all the other riots in Washington, D.C. and New York, basically traveling between the two to make the coverages. But basically stayed in Washington. We had so many riots every day. I mean, there were people blocking highways and roadways and Shirley Highway and the Pentagon March and all this stuff that happened. That I was at a full-time job just covering riots for CBS in the street with mobile units, with a 40-foot tractor trailer, and then just what we call a crash unit, which was our SUV with 3 cameras in it. And between that and the White House, man, that kept us busy for 2-3 years.
Wow.
There's lots of other things too, but I didn't get involved in that.
Wow.
But we did cover it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was a busy time. So I don't know how much we've learned from that day to this day, but I've just learned that we need to tell the truth to the public and do what we need to do. And I want to impeach all the Republicans out there who are in Congress and the White House because they've lied. They've joined a cult. Nobody's coming out and said anything against any of the lies that he's said in the last 4 years, 3,000 counting at least. But the one about the food is one of the biggest. And then the other one's global warming. Well, that's just a scam. Hell no, it's not. We're living the consequences of it today.
We are that.
Yeah,
in fact,
that's true.
I just saw an article this morning that the Lake Michigan is the warmest that it's ever been in 80 years this year. That's not a good sign.
Yeah.
So get your bathing suits on. We're heading to Lake Michigan.
There was a big chunk, an iceberg that broke off somewhere. It's the size of Rhode Island.
Yes, it was spinning. It was stuck on the ground. It was spinning around for the last, 6 months. And it finally broke loose of the ground that it was stuck on. Yeah, it's the size of Rhode Island, they say, or maybe it's twice the size of Rhode Island.
It's kind of floating around.
Well, it's floating towards Australia,
right.
I think. So,
yeah.
And we don't have to worry about it enough. But, yeah, and there's going to be more of it. So, they say the biggest thing they say by 2600, that's 200 years from now plus, this world's going to be a whole different world, maybe inhabitable to live in. That's only 200 years from now. So
right.
All this stuff about cars and carbon and pollution and maybe too late. That's just my diagnostic. Too late.
Yeah. Well.
So anyways.
Okay.
I'm sorry to bring it.
That's all right. That's all right. How's your lovely wife?
She's fine. She's working upstairs talking to vets. She works for the VA. So she does that 8 hours a day. She works from home for the Veterans Association.
Are you guys still in Sutherland? Or do you?
Yeah, still in Sutherland. Still working on the housing crew.
Right.
But yeah, life goes on. I just painted this house, put a new roof on it, so I've been doing that. The weather's now finally, 2 days have been 60 degrees on today and yesterday. Now it's going to get cold again, so it kind of stops painting and doing other things outside.
Yeah, I understand. But anyway, it's so good to hear from you.
Same here. We'll talk again. I'm happy and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Well, thank you.
Get to talk to you.
The same to you, my dear. Take care.
So I'll get my signs ready, and we're starting to march here probably in the morning at 8 o'clock.
All right.
All right. Sounds good. I'll meet you out there.
All right. Take care. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mr. Lee.
Very nice guy.
Yeah, he should write a book.
Yeah, he should.
Yeah,
I would read it.
All of his life.
Those. I mean, like he saw firsthand a lot of the like riots of the '60s and like major protests and I guess just like even the the changes in like society.
I had no idea he was not a Trump fan.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's nice. It's kind of like nice. Just I don't know, just like a differing opinion because like. I don't want to sound like stereotyping or anything, but usually when you talk to like an older gentleman, especially like a male, most of the time they're very like pro-Trump or at least being like, yeah, I vote, that's what I. But it's like it's nice to hear, like it's almost like a relief to be like, everybody is kind of like just like difference in their own ways of thinking politically and
that's why
so on and so forth.
I don't talk politics.
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
That was a spoonism.
No, yeah, spoonism.
Speaking of spoons.
Hey, good transition there, Chris.
I've got a recipe somewhere. Oh, here it is. Yeah. This is Wednesday, right? The 18th.
Yep.
Okay. I know some of you are not fans of spoon bread.
You're talking about me, aren't you? No,
well, no. Well, you and, Chip Jones, he's not a fan of spoon bread either.
Interesting.
I don't have spoon bread often, but I do enjoy it, especially with gatherings with family and everything, because it is such a nice side dish. It goes with everything. It goes with turkey, it goes with ham, it goes with chicken, it goes with beef, everything. So here we go. And this is a very easy recipe for easy spoon bread. All right, here we go. The ingredients are 2.5 cups of whole milk. It has to be whole milk. Not 2% or skim or 1%, whole milk. 1 cup of yellow cornmeal. 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. 3/4 of a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. Or you could just use regular. It doesn't really matter to me, one way or the other. A cup of frozen whole kernel corn. 1/2 cup of chopped green onions. Now, that's 1/2 cup, plus more for garnish if you want to use it for that. 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 large eggs lightly beaten, and sour cream for serving. All right, and this is, you just preheat the oven to 350 degrees, lightly coat a 2-quart baking dish with cooking spray. This serves 6 people, by the way. You stir together the milk, the cornmeal, the butter, the salt, and pepper in a saucepan over medium-high heat. Bring to a boil, stirring constantly until the mixture reaches the consistency of mashed potatoes. That's about 5 minutes of stirring.
Interesting.
Okay. Remove from heat. Then you stir in the corn and the green onions and the baking powder and the eggs and mix all that together. Transfer the batter into the prepared dish. You bake in the preheated oven until risen and set, about 35 minutes. Serve with sour cream and additional green onions. It's not only just a delicious side dish, it's also pretty. And I like that. It presents itself well.
Yeah, little greens on top. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So if you're interested, we'll have that posted on our website as soon as possible. Okay. That's your side dish for your holiday dinner. It's easy spoon bread. And so that takes the place of maybe your rolls or something like that, or a starch or whatever. Of course, you're going to have your mashed potatoes to go with the spoon bread. Kind of mix them up together. Oh. My mouth's starting to water here. Okay. Anyway, let's turn to birthdays, I guess. The lines are open, by the way, at 434-394-0924. All right. Let's see. Guess who's having a birthday today?
I don't know.
Keith Richards.
Ah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. The rocker with more than 9 lives.
Yeah.
He shared
several blood transfusions for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
He shared a Grammy nomination earlier this year for Best Rock Song for Angry. He turns 81 today. So, and he's still rocking.
That's amazing.
Okay. Director Steven Spielberg turns 78 today. And we all know a lot of his movies, E.T.,
Jaws,
and just so many. Wonderful director.
Do you have a favorite movie by him?
No, they're just all really good.
They're all really good.
They're all
sure.
really good in their own genres.
I like it. Have you ever seen his first movie, Duel?
No.
It's about this guy who's driving on like a stretch of deserted highway, and there's a big rigs kind of like following him from behind. You may have heard about this, but basically the big rig starts to like tail him, and he tries to like knock him off the side of the road, and he's like, "What the heck?" So he like pulls off to a gas station, like speeds ahead, and then he sees he goes to the bathroom, comes out, he sees the big rigs, like that big like tractor, trailer, truck, whatever, out there getting gas, but nobody's no guy driving it. He just sees his truck, and so he's like, where's the guy? And then, there's this great scene of like him going into the bar, and then basically a bunch of like truck drivers, but they're all wearing like similar boots, and he's like trying to figure out like who's the guy who's like trying to kill me. I don't know. There's this crazy movie, goes on forever, but like I would say the first half of it is a lot of just like bum, bum, just like beeping. It's not even like dialogue. It's just a lot of like beeping with a car horn, which gets annoying after a while. Especially if you already have a headache going into the movie. Then it makes you just want to just go to sleep. Yeah, I already had that happen one time. I had like a migraine, and I like started watching
this. You get migraines?
Very rarely, but I was like, let me just watch a movie. And I was like, I haven't seen Duel in a while, and I put it on, and for the first like 15 minutes, just like burr, 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 and it's just like I was like, I cannot with this movie right now. This is insane. Yeah. So, but it's a good one for sure. It was his first one, which is kind of interesting way to start out. I guess your movie
I have
career.
to watch it.
Yeah, we should.
Let's see. Brad Pitt is 61 years old today. He hosted an episode of SNL at home during the pandemic in 2020. He was also in the motion picture Wolves, this year. So anyway, but Brad turns 61 today. Let's see, actress Katie Holmes turns 46. Wasn't she married to Tom Cruise?
Was she?
That her? Was that Katie Holmes? I think so.
Maybe. She played in a lot of good movies for sure.
She's originally from Toledo, Ohio.
By the way, Chris, I need to mention, and I'm sorry I haven't mentioned this before. I wanted to mention it earlier, but the day just kind of got ahead of me.
Yeah, okay.
We're doing a turkey giveaway for Christmas.
Oh, we are?
We are, yeah.
Well, I thought we weren't.
No, we are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what's going on with that?
So, people can call in, and it's where you guess, like, if it's Prancer, Dancer, or what's the other reindeer?
Dasher.
Dasher,
Dancer, Prancer.
There you go. It's This cool thing we're doing. So at 9:30, and we're going to have 2 giveaways a day from now till, I want to say, I believe it's the day before Christmas.
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve, yeah. And so that's going to look like, at 9:30 and 10:30, I think we're going to go ahead and, people are going to call in and guess whether it's going to be Dancer, Dasher, or Prancer. And then, we have that... it'll play the sound and see if, we have a winner or not. So,
Okay.
we're doing that twice a day
All right.
from now till Christmas Eve.
All right.
So,
And let's see. If they win, they come by here and get their certificate.
yes.
For
yes,
a turkey.
correct. Yes, for a turkey.
Christmas turkey.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you heard it, folks. So keep listening, especially around 9:30 and 10:30, and I'll be giving away the turkeys. Yay.
Spreading some Christmas joy. Yeah, you got some bells.
My
on
bells,
here?
yes. I'm going to wear these
Yeah.
bells and drive people crazy until Christmas Eve. All right, let's get back with
Yes, the celebrity birthdays, of course.
singer Christina Aguilera. Turns 44 today. And she has 2 children, Max and Summer. Pretty lady. Billie Eilish turns 23. And she performed at the 2020 Academy Awards. That's an interesting fact from her. She turns 23. All right. Pretty talented lady.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
All right. And more celebrities celebrating a birthday today. Movie critic Leonard Maltin is 74. Guitarist Elliot Easton of The Cars is 71 today. Comedian Ron White is 68. Singer Angie Stone is 63. Wrestler actor Stone Cold Steve Austin, Chain of Command, is 60. Actor Sean Christian of Summerland and Days of Our Lives is, 59 today. Actor Rachel Griffiths of Brothers and Sisters and 6 Feet Under is 56. Singer Alejandro Sanz is 56. Actor Casper Van Dien of Starship Troopers, 52 today. Country singer Cowboy Troy is 54. DJ Lethal of Limp Bizkit is 52. Country singer, singer Sia is 49 today. Country singer Randy Houser is 48. Actor Josh Dallas of Manifest and Once Upon a Time is 46 today. Let's see, who else is celebrating? Actor Ashley Benson of Pretty Little Liars, 35. Actor Bridget Mendler of Wizards of Waverly Place is 32. And actor Isabella Crovetti of Vampirina, something like that. Vampirina, I guess it is. I don't know. She's 20 years old today. I've never heard of that show. Anyway, that's about it.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt and Steven Spielberg celebrating on the same day. That's cool. I didn't know their birthdays were on the same day. That's interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. Well, we have a few minutes to go on the show for today. 434-394-0924 is the number for the Call Flow Radio Show. And it is 1 week before Christmas.
Crazy. Yeah, I just finished my Christmas shopping the other day, and with hours before the deadline, because I did some shopping online and then some shopping in person. In person, it's easy. You buy it, give them cash, walk out. But like online, it was like the final day to order like an item before it arrives. It arrives before Christmas. If I waited any longer, it would be arriving after Christmas, and I was like, I gotta. How do you do your Christmas shopping, Chris? I've been meaning to ask you. Do you mainly shop in person, or do you buy some stuff online?
Well, I must admit, Noah, that this year
do you go to like Santa's workshop and make a couple of deals? Okay.
No, I bought more stuff online this year than ever. I have ever. Yeah. Not to say that that's a lot, but I have bought some stuff online and got most of it in a timely manner. But I do like to shop, and I like to shop local. Now, I had an opportunity to go to Lynchburg to maybe do a little bit of shopping, but it was just too much.
Yeah.
I just, I couldn't take it. So I put everything back and came back to Farmville.
You were telling me about that.
Yeah.
It was
I came
funny.
back to Farmville and found exactly what I wanted locally here in Farmville.
Yeah.
So, it's...
Yeah, local shops are definitely the way to go. And, I feel like with local shops, you get a very select group of items that, you can tell there's something to be said about, the owner picking what goes on their shelves and stuff. It's like their own personal selection. It's like, I like this, so I think people might like this as well. It's just very cool because it's not just like going to Walmart where it's just very corporate, just very let's get some Hunt's tomato.
Shops here.
Exactly, those specialty shops are amazing. Yeah,
I'm sorry the Sleeping Bee is gone.
Yeah.
That really just, because I did a lot of shopping there, and that's where Francis's books were also. His books, you can find them at Farmer's Daughters in Rice, or from me. But anyway, or just shopping locally, especially with these little boutique shops that we have here in Farmville. Plus, I don't know, it's just me. I just like to spend my money.
Yeah.
Locally.
Locally,
here.
yeah,
Right.
that's big. How long was the Sleeping Bee at that location? Because
I don't
feel
know,
like
about 10 or 12 years,
Wow,
I guess, maybe longer than that. Yeah, and but what was I going to say? I was going to say something. But
online shopping, Lynchburg.
No, nothing like that.
Shopping locally.
No, nothing like that either. It was in my head and back out again. It might come back.
I've been wanting to ask you, how much butter do you go through when you're making those pies?
I go through 4 pounds.
That's enough to
4 pounds makes 24 pies.
4 pounds of butter. That's enough to kill a horse.
Well, not when you're putting 2 sticks of it into 6 pies.
That's true. That's true. I mean, that's definitely more spread out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah. Wow. That's a lot.
We got to go.
Yeah, we got to go.
Oh, my goodness.
We have to go.
I know.
Stay tuned for the turkey giveaway, though.
Yes.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. All right. Okay.
All right, Chris.
Take care.
Toodaloo.
All right. Bye-bye.